Welcome back. In this tutorial, we'll be discussing how to create a new branch within your Xcode project and also inside of GitHub. So let's begin. So right here we have this project that I opened up in the last video, which I'll link in the description below, where we created a project and pushed it out to GitHub. Now let's go ahead and create the first branch. So the easiest way to do this is make sure you go to this navigation, the source control navigator. And then from there, you will see your branch directory here. You can right click on the main, which is the one you have in there, and we can branch from main. So we're going to go ahead and branch and call this branch 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit create. And we'll see now we are on branch. So when you do it inside of GitHub, it automatically checks out the branch that you create. So now we're checked out on this branch. And to go back to main, you would right click and hit checkout, and it'll go, you can hit checkout, and then you'd go ahead and check out main now. But we want to be on branch 1, so we'll check that back out. And now let's look at our GitHub. We'll go back to our GitHub here, and we'll see inside of our branches here, we only, and I'm already on it, so let me go back out and go back in. We only have one branch. Why are we not seeing the other branch? And that's because we made it here in Xcode and we haven't actually pushed it out to our GitHub. So if we go up here to the source control and we hit push, it'll automatically say, great, let's do this. You'll see here in the origin that we have branch 1 now. And if we go into GitHub, you will now refresh this and see your new branch 1. So that is number 1. The second way is to do it in terminal. So let me bring up a terminal here, and I'm going to CD into my desktop and then this learning Git file that I have. So I'll pull that in there, and then I'll ls to show a list, and we'll see that I'm in here. Great. Now, if you do a git and then status, you'll see what branch you're on. So we are on main. That's which one we want to be on. Great. Now let's branch from main. And you can do that by simply doing a git branch, and let's make a branch called branch 2. Okay, so if you hit that, now look inside of Xcode here. You have a branch 1 and a branch 2. But however, in the origin, you don't see branch 2 yet, and on GitHub, of course, you don't see branch 2 because we haven't pushed it. But you also notice something else. When you're in terminal, see main is still current. You didn't tell it to switch to the branch. So now you have to do a git checkout and then type in your branch name, so branch 2, and now you'll switch from main to branch 2. And you can see now, when I click back over in Xcode, we're in branch 2 now. Awesome. Now we can go ahead and do a push. Now inside a terminal, you're going to see something weird with the git push though. So when we do git push, it's going to say, well, wait, we don't know anything about this branch 2 yet. You need to run this command first to set the upstream for the origin in branch 2. In GitHub or in Xcode, it's automatically doing this for you. So just copy this and then go ahead and paste that line. And then it'll say, here we go. Great. There we are. And now you'll see inside the origin, branch 2 is there. And then inside of our GitHub account, will now see branch 1 and branch 2. Okay, there's another way in terminal to save you a couple of steps. So let's go ahead and git checkout main again. So we're back in main. Now let's branch from main again, but this time we're going to name it branch 3. So instead of checking it out, you can do all that in one command, and that looks like this: git checkout, and then you need to do a minus sign B for branch, and then name your branch branch 3. So what we're doing is we're creating a branch but also checking it out at the same time. So now let's go ahead and do this. It says great, you switch to the new branch 3. If I go ahead, my mouse just died in the middle of this. That is awesome. And we're back. Sorry about that. Let's begin. So picking up where we left off, branch 3 is not showing up here yet. So let's open up that terminal real quick and do that git push. And as you know, we're going to get notified because it doesn't know about branch 3 yet. So we want to go ahead and just copy this line. You'll get to the point where you'll remember this, minus minus set upstream, and you'll just type it out when it comes to this. But in the beginning of just learning this stuff, just copy it. All it's telling you to do is, hey, we need to set this upstream to the origin so it knows where it's going. Right now, it doesn't know where to put this branch 3. So paste that. And then once that's done, we can go ahead and refresh Github, and now you have your branch 3 in here. Okay, so first way is inside of Xcode. Second way is inside of terminal, and there's actually a second method inside of terminal. The fourth way, of course, is creating an actual branch inside of GitHub here. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So we can do that by going into our GitHub, and we're going to go ahead and branch from the main. But you can branch from any of these branches just like you could in Xcode and inside of terminal. So click on main, and then you have this little drop down arrow here. Now you can find or create a branch. So we are going to go ahead and just type in branch 3, and you see it shows you 3. But when we do 4, because 4 isn't created yet, it'll give you the option to create that. So go ahead and click that. And now it created it. So you have the 5 branches, you have main, and then the 4 branches we've created. However, if we go into Xcode, we only see branch 1 through 3 and then main. How do we get that? Well, you can do that by simply going into terminal and doing a git fetch, because like we did earlier when we created a branch in Xcode, GitHub didn't know about it. We had to tell it. We had to push the branch to that and set the upstream. Vice versa, if you create in GitHub, now Xcode doesn't know about it. So now you got to do a git fetch to fetch those changes. So we'll fetch it, and now I'll say, hey, it found a new one, which is branch 4, and now it added that. So just heard a knock. That was weird. So inside here now, we should be able to see that. So I'm going to exit out of Xcode. And then I'm going to go back into Xcode, open up the latest one. And now you should be able to see branch 4. So let's open up terminal and check it out. So git checkout branch 4. Now we switched to it. And now once we switched, we now see that in here. Hey, we're on branch 4. So that's how you do that. And that's how you update branch 4 over here as well. So now you have it in GitHub, and you have it in your Xcode. All right, let's go ahead and end this one. If you did benefit from this, definitely leave a like. If you have comments or questions, as always, drop those below. I'll get to every single one of you. And if you have not yet, hit the subscribe button, as it does help me get my content out to others. And the bell helps you see upcoming content. So go ahead and ring that as well. Have a wonderful day.